Okay, so I'm starting to have severe doubts that I'm gonna find it, because the sky is starting to get kind of dark and there's a good chance that it might start raining. Okay, so today guys, we are gonna put Toothless, get him in the shot, through his paces today. We're gonna try to run him on 1S, 2S, and 3S. Not right now because I just got to work, but maybe a little bit during lunchtime and maybe after work. Now I was hoping it's gonna rain. It was supposed to rain all weekend and it's Tuesday now and there's still no rain, and my windshield is just, oh god. 250 milliamp high volt batteries and 500 milliamp hour battery, and we might even try a 2S flight. I'll be flying these in this order. And this is the little dongle that I made for 1S. Okay, so this is my first flight and it's the 1S flight. And you can see right over here, I'm trying to get used to the balance and the power. I'm struggling a little bit. I'm bottoming out quite a bit because there's just not enough power. But if you're trying to do it nice and steady, it's not so bad. You can see I can thread the needle and it's very, very steady. So if you're trying to do a very slow cinematic indoor shot, 1S might actually be a better choice because it kind of forces you to slow down. And if you're flying nice and slow, it's very, very stable, and also it's very quiet. So if you're doing that, that might work out. But if you want to do any kind of a speedy flight, like once you start picking up speed, like I got a little momentum here, and if you're just a little bit off, then there's no course correction. You're going in the direction that you were headed well before you planned it. And I give it another shot here. I got a good momentum going, and I try to thread, I try to correct, and I can't, and I crash over and over and over and over. So you can see this crash reel that I had. So yeah, the 1S flight is not going to be fun if you're trying to go fast at all. Over here is another good example. If you're flying nice and slow, you want to do proximity, very, very close indoor stuff, you can thread the needle pretty good. So this is the 500 milliamp hour flight. So on this one, you can see that I actually got a bit more punch and I can go a little bit faster. This, I think, is the best flight I had. On a 500 milliamp hour, you don't get that voltage sag that you get with the 250 milliamp hour. And again, the course correction is very, very difficult. And it does add a bit more weight. I think the flight time you can expect from a 250 milliamp hour battery is about 1.5 minutes or so. I couldn't really count because I kept crashing, but I would expect it'll be about 1.5 minutes. On a 500 milliamp hour, you can expect to do a little bit more, maybe 2.5 minutes, possibly 3 minutes. Again, I was crashing, especially towards the end, so I couldn't really say. Alright. 2S time. Alright, so this is the flight on 2S, and you can see I'm excited. And it's way, way better. I have plenty of power at this point. It might be just a little bit more power than you might want, but you can certainly pick up some speed and you can course correct without a problem. Once you get used to the power, I think you can definitely fly this indoors and get some speed. Probably not the batteries you want to go for if you're trying to do nice, slow cinematic flights, because you're gonna have to have a pretty good tilt on your camera to keep it from rocketing off to the skies. This on a 2S doesn't feel too different from a 3S and a Mobile S7, but you have much more control. So I'd definitely recommend in a faster pace race, you definitely want to go for a 2S.
Said I forgot about missing you. I've been too busy out getting my yiper. I ain't got time to be thinking about you. I've been on your mind.
And towards the end over here, I start to get a voltage sag, and I realized with this drone, you don't get a whole lot of warning before the voltage just drops off the cliff. So you'll feel a little bit of voltage sag, and you can see this is where I start to crash a bit because I'm no longer able to course correct. The power is unpredictable, and I try to bring it in, but it just kind of starts to sag and it dies on me, and the video cuts out. That's the first thing that happens. I still have control.
I hope it's saved. Woo, man, that went from like weak to dead.
Okay, now we are heading outside to do some 3S flight. Damn, I forgot about these trees right here. That would be a perfect spot to do some slaloms and some proximity flying. So yeah, we're gonna come out here and we'll do some 3S flights. And where is the light? I had a lot of good feedback about the power line dives. So I think I'm gonna try to go play around in the power lines. Can you see? That's actually a good distance away. Stuff I'm flying is like well below 70 grams, and I don't think that's gonna do any harm to those wires. It's really easy to see those wires because it's so freaking huge, and the gap between the wires. Okay, so this is my attempt at the 3S flight. I'm testing the range here because last time I had this on FRX and it had fail-safe issues. Before I had a chance to get too far, I clipped that branch over there and landed in the bushes. I lose a prop here, so I had to switch out one of the props. So over here, I'm trying to fly a little bit more cautious, staying away from the bushes because I don't want to clip that stupid branch again. And I can see this is right about where the cutoff is. If I can fly up to this distance, then I'm usually pretty good. So right away I try to do some tougher maneuvers. I'm not so scared that I'm gonna lose connectivity with my transmitter here. So this is the replay of the last footage from the DVR, and at first I dropped the prop, but turns out that wasn't it. I knew it wasn't a desync because I had radio connectivity, but when you see this frame by frame, you realize that this was a voltage sag, and there's a reset in the FC and it connects right away, and of course it shows disarm. So but you can see the voltage sag pretty clearly, and I realized that I've been running the same 3S battery, the only thing I had since the last crash, and it's been sitting in the grass for a while. And you can see the voltage starts to wind down. I speed it up a little bit and it drops and drops and drops, and you see the video start to fade and finally dies. You should always have your beacon set. I didn't think I was going to be doing crazy tricks like that, and I didn't think I'll land here. I thought I would land on a freaking pavement. Which, at least I would have recovered some footage if that happened. I mean, I might have lost the drone, but now I lost the drone and the footage. Oh my god, I actually found it. So my guess is I lost a prop. Nope, I didn't lose a prop. What the fuck was that then? Oh. Hopefully the footage saved. I don't think anything else got ripped off. Everything seems intact. Okay, now I just gotta make it back down. This stupid... Oh, man, these wild things are crazy. It tore a fucking hole in my jean. At least I didn't waste $100. Okay, let's go home. Okay, I'm gonna pack up and I'll meet you outside. Think about dinner. If you made it this far in the video, I thank you very much for watching, and this is a bit of a bonus footage. So this is a 2S flight indoors. This by far probably isn't my best flight. I've only done one 2S flight indoors with the HD whoop. But yeah, this is the kind of speed you can expect. I didn't really get a chance to get used to the 2S because this is my second time flying 2S indoors. I actually haven't even flown it outdoors. You can see I'm going at a pretty good clip. You can compare it to my Mobula 7 flight on one of my other videos. Maybe I'll link it down below so you can check that out. So that's the kind of pace you can expect, and of course I crashed almost immediately. So I was starting to get kind of bored with the typical FPV videos, so I thought I'd try something different. Hope you guys liked it. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to share down below, and don't forget to hit like, click subscribe, and share this video, and thank you so much for watching.
I think that'll do for now. Man, you ever had your car so dirty that it starts to stink? Whew.